Welcome to EQBloom. In today's episode, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating mysteries of neuroscience. What happens to your brain during deep sleep? Now, we all know what it feels like to wake up refreshed after a solid night's rest, or to drag ourselves through the day after barely sleeping. But what's actually happening inside the brain during those precious hours? Why is deep sleep considered the brain's nightly reset? In this lecture, we'll uncover how deep sleep detoxifies your brain, strengthens memory, regulates emotions, and even repairs the body at a cellular level. Think of this as your brain's most important therapy session, happening every single night, whether you're aware of it or not. Let's begin with how we actually enter deep sleep. Sleep occurs in cycles, moving from light sleep to deeper stages. When you reach stage 3, non-REM sleep, something remarkable happens. The brain begins producing delta waves, slow, high-amplitude oscillations under 4 Hz. These waves represent the brain at its lowest frequency and highest synchronization. It's like watching a busy city slowly quiet down until everyone moves in rhythm together. At the same time, the thalamus, the brain's sensory gatekeeper, starts blocking most incoming signals from the outside world. That's why sounds and touches barely wake us during this stage. Our awareness of the external world fades, allowing the brain to fully redirect its resources inward. And perhaps most importantly, deep sleep initiates a process called synaptic downscaling. Throughout the day, your neurons are firing, building new synaptic connections in response to learning, stress, and experience. But not all these connections are useful. During deep sleep, the brain trims away the weaker ones, keeping only the most valuable. Think of it like pruning a tree, cutting away excess branches so the strongest ones can survive. One of the greatest discoveries in modern neuroscience is that the brain has its own cleaning system, called the glymphatic system. During deep sleep, glial cells shrink to make room for cerebrospinal fluid, which flows through the brain like a tide. This flushes away toxins and waste products that accumulate during the day. Among them are beta-amyloid and tau proteins, which, when left unchecked, are linked to Alzheimer's disease. In fact, cerebrospinal fluid flow is up to 10 times more efficient during deep sleep compared to wakefulness. Imagine a janitorial crew working overtime while you rest, sweeping away the debris that, if left behind, would damage your brain in the long run. This nightly detox not only clears waste, but also reduces neuroinflammation, protecting brain health for decades to come. But deep sleep doesn't just clean the brain, it also reorganizes it. During the day, your hippocampus stores experiences like a short-term notebook, but this notebook has limited pages. If memories stayed here, they'd eventually fade or be overwritten. During deep sleep, especially slow-wave sleep, the hippocampus replays those memories in rapid bursts. These are transferred to the neocortex, the brain's long-term storage system. It's like moving files from a USB drive to a permanent hard drive. This is how declarative memories, facts, names, events, and concepts become stabilized. Without deep sleep, these memories remain fragile. Studies show that people deprived of slow-wave sleep can lose up to 40% of their ability to recall learned material the next day. Deep sleep also strengthens synaptic plasticity, refining the architecture of learning. It keeps the meaningful patterns and discards the clutter. That's why after a good night's sleep, problems feel easier, patterns become clearer, and studying feels more effective. Sleep, in a sense, is the brain's most powerful study tool. Deep sleep doesn't just help you learn, it helps you cope. Emotionally, this stage is like hitting the reset button. The amygdala, your brain's alarm center, becomes calmer during deep sleep. Meanwhile, the prefrontal cortex, which regulates judgment and impulse control, strengthens its influence. Together, this balance restores emotional stability. Without deep sleep, the amygdala becomes overactive, firing off exaggerated fear and stress signals, while the prefrontal cortex loses its regulatory grip. That's why lack of sleep makes us irritable, anxious, and more prone to mood swings. Research has shown that just one night of poor sleep can increase emotional reactivity by more than 50%. By contrast, healthy deep sleep reduces cortisol, balances neurotransmitters, and restores calm. It's no exaggeration to say deep sleep is like free nightly therapy. soothing emotional scars and giving us resilience to face the next day. Now let's shift to the body. During deep sleep, the pituitary gland releases pulses of growth hormone, which stimulate muscle repair, tissue growth, and cellular regeneration. This is why athletes and patients recovering from illness depend so heavily on sleep for recovery. Deep sleep also optimizes metabolism. It balances insulin sensitivity, stabilizes blood sugar, and prevents excessive fat storage. Sleep-deprived individuals often experience increased cravings and disrupted appetite hormones, making weight management harder. On the immune side, deep sleep boosts the production of infection-fighting white blood cells and regulates cytokines, which help coordinate the immune response. That's why poor sleep is one of the best predictors of whether you'll get sick after exposure to a virus. And here's the bigger picture. Chronic deep sleep loss accelerates biological aging. DNA repair slows, oxidative stress rises, and telomeres, the protective caps on chromosomes, shorten faster. In simple terms, skipping deep sleep ages both the body and the brain. So let's bring it all together. Deep sleep is not just rest, it's detox for the brain, a memory enhancer, an emotional stabilizer, and a physical healer. It clears toxins, strengthens learning, resets emotional balance, and fuels growth and repair. When you protect your deep sleep, you're protecting your future self, your mental health, your cognitive sharpness, and your resilience against disease. So remember this, sleep isn't passive, it's your brain's greatest therapy. At EQBloom, we believe understanding these hidden processes can empower you to care for your body and mind more. Thank you for watching, and until next time, may your nights be restful and your mind restored.